Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, gratefully recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Guys, it's Friday again. You know what that means, man. What a great AA meeting today. Yeah, I'm so honored to be able to chair my meeting. I'm just honored to be able to live and be living the life that I'm living in recovery. It's really cold right now. Work is really busy, and it can be a struggle to juggle all the work coming in. I got two new customers this morning. One of which wants me to take over a $20,000 bathroom remodel, which I'm gonna have to find a way to fit that in, guys, because it's a lot of money, and I can't turn that down. And it's easy work, really. A lot of it will be coordinating other people, but my end of it is a lot of money. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, guys. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. To everybody at the meeting today, it was great. It was, with the cold weather, there was a smaller turnout today, which was nice because we get to let almost the entire room speak. And guys, it's why I say every week, you'll hear me say this every week, find a meeting that you enjoy. I was actually looking forward tonight to going to an NA. I finally found the NA meeting I used to attend and moved from Arlington to Belmont. I know where it is now. I was looking forward to going to that tonight, but then I found out last night I could get tickets to a show here in Medford tonight, and that's a beautiful thing, guys. I'm going to go to the show tonight. I'm really excited for to go see the Unsubscribed podcast, and yeah, man, life is good today, guys. Christmas is coming. Things are good. Regardless of what does work and what doesn't work, all in all, life works, and I'm progressing, moving along forward, and my life is ever changing. And it always has been, guys. Our lives are always going to change. It's always going to be change. And today, I don't have to fear change. I welcome it because all the changes, when you look at it the right way and when you walk with God, all the changes are for the good. That's the title of the reading today, guys. Fear of change. By working the steps, we come to accept a higher power's will. By working the steps, we come to accept a higher power's will. We lose our fear of the unknown. We are set free. Life is a series of changes, both large and small. Although we may know and accept this fact intellectually, chances are that our initial emotional reaction to change is fear. For some reason, we assume that each and every change is going to hurt, causing us to be miserable. Well, if we look back at the changes that have happened in our lives, we will find that most of them have been for the best. We were probably very frightened at the prospect of life without drugs. I know I was. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but boy, do I love it. Yet, it is the best thing that ever happened to us. Fact. Perhaps we've lost a job that we thought we'd die without. Been there. But later on found greater challenge and personal fulfillment in a new career. Fact. As we venture forth in recovery, we are likely to experience more changes. We will outgrow old situations and become ready for new ones. With all sorts of changes taking place, it is only natural to grab hold of something, anything familiar, and try to hold on. Solace can be found in a power greater than ourselves, God. The more we allow changes to happen at the direction of our God, the more we will trust that these changes are for the best. Faith will replace fear, and we will know in our hearts that all will be well. Guys, I know for a fact I'm going to be just fine. Better than fine. I'm going to be able to do anything I want to do. And depending on, who wants to come along, that's that. But I know I'm going to continue to walk in sobriety. I'm going to continue to build my business. My life's going to continue to thrive because I'm showing up the same energy every day that I've already seen is working. I've already seen that God loves me and wants the best for me. Yes, there are going to be tests and there are going to be challenges along the way, but I know I have everything I need to overcome them so long as I do so in faith. Here's the affirmation for today. It's just for today. When I am afraid of a change in my life, I will take comfort from knowing that God's will for me is good. Like I just said. Absolutely, guys. Yeah, absolutely. There's never any change, one of my guys, just everything. There's changes in every aspect of my life. I remember, a few months back, hitting the gym steady and creeping up on 300 pounds. That was just like a mind-blowing thing, and I didn't think I'd ever get there. And yet now I've broken 350, and I'm working my way up towards 400. Like, I'm constantly changing, right? When I first started the business, I thought if I had 2 or 3 customers, I could maybe double my old paycheck, and I could live on that and, start saving for a house. But again, As change started to produce itself in my life, I adapted to the change. I challenged myself to get better, and it did. It took work, guys. Like there's only so many hours in the day. So I had to figure out either work a trillion hours, which I refuse to do. I've done that, and it just leads to burnout. And I know where that gets me. Oh, suddenly I'm going to start thinking that if I had a Percocet, I could get this done. No, it's not going to happen. So instead, I started looking at ways to make my day more efficient, like actually scheduling work rather than just reacting to phone calls. When I go to the supply house or the depot or anywhere else, right? If I know I have 3 jobs that are going to be A, B, or C, I will buy all the stock. And then whatever I don't use, I can go return the next day. And that just saved me, 2 or 3 trips to the Home Depot at an hour a whack. Is 2 or 3 more hours a day I can get things done. As I've progressed in everything, guys. All right, like I was talking about last night, I'm going to start making changes to my medically assisted treatment, and it's medically, it's supported through my doctors, it's supported by my family, my loved ones, like those who know. We all agree there's no reason to change what's working so well for me, but at the same time, we've got to embrace the change and progress forward. I know that being on that medication long term isn't good for me, so I'm gonna wean myself down, and I'm going to have the honest and open talk. And before I even had to talk to my doctors, guys, I talked to God in prayer, and my God just showed me the way. Whereas before I had it set in my mind I was going to go do one more injection and that's it. Well, that might leave me open to cravings, or if something happens and I get knocked off my game for a day, I might be weak, I might have a bad day. I don't see it happen because I walk in faith. But again, I take those precautions. And when you do these things, guys, you don't have to fear change. Anything in my life could happen today. And no matter what any one thing changes, I've got backups in place to take care of them. Or I understand that some situations are just a test to see if I can catch myself from overreacting or not doing the right thing or making a bad decision. If somebody goes and jumps off the roof, I'm not going to go follow them up there just because, I want to, be part of the crowd. I've made changes to how I look at myself, right? How I see myself as a good person today, somebody that wants to do better, and then I act accordingly. I've made changes to my eating habits. First of all, I started eating food, but again, and as I started to progress and started to see the way it was affecting me, I started eating clean. Instead of going out and buying subs every day that I know is shitty or hitting a fast food joint, I don't do that today. I go to the grocery store and I grocery shop, and I come home and I cook myself a meal. Like when I had the opportunity to take classes at Harvard, guys, I'm taking 2 online classes at Harvard University right now. Like that was terrifying to me. It was an eye-opening to me, first of all, that I could even be qualified to do so. I was like, but whoa, I'm like, am I going to do this? Am I going to look like, no, because I don't have any, that's, you guys, I'm a blue-collar, guy. That's not my background. But I also understood that God was putting that in front of me so I could prove to myself that I can fit in anywhere, that I can be welcome in any room. And it hasn't been that bad, guys. It's literally, I've got like another 6 or 7 months to do the classes. I'm 2/3 the way through each one. I work on it when I feel like working on it. I'm not forcing myself to do so. And then guys, look, I'm going to have 2 Harvard certificates hanging on my wall. My business is thriving. Yeah, life, I embrace changes almost on a daily basis because I know my higher power wants the best for me. So I'm going out and guys, and doing the right things, expecting the best results, because I know I'm doing everything I can to be faithful and respectful to my higher power, whom I choose to call God. I go to mass regularly and just give thanks. I go out and I try to help other people around me just to show thanks. Guys, walking in gratitude is hugely important. When you show gratitude for what you have, you show God that you respect and appreciate what He's done for you. When you step up and then you try to make the world a better place around you, God sees that and then appreciates the fact that you, again, have gratitude for what He's given you, and He's going to give you more. It's as simple as that, guys. Like, some of these things can be really complicated because we complicate them, but all in all, the overall agenda can be really simple, guys. Walk in faith, do the right thing, act in a way that you can be proud of yourself, and then be proud of yourself without being vain and without thinking that you're better than anybody else. Because, guys, as good as I have things and as much as I appreciate who I am today, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I'm just making better choices for myself than I used to, and it's as simple as that. Like, I don't look at anybody else. I don't shit on anybody else for not getting the same thing I get, because none of us look at things the same way. I had a great conversation with somebody in the before my meeting today. I got there a little bit early. I was actually a little frustrated too. I'm going to my show tonight, and I had to log into Ticketmaster to download my ticket, and they were making me reset my password. But every time they sent me the code to reset my password, I would go back, and then that would negate that. And then by the time I get back, I'd have to get resent a new password. And I did that so many times that I got locked out of it. And I was irritated for a second, but I wasn't concerned. They didn't say, well, do you think you're not going to get to your show? And I'm like, no, I know I'll get to my show. I'll go home and I'll pull it up on my computer. I have my phone in one hand, my computer in the other. Like, I know that my brain works today. I can figure out ways around things. And I knew at the time that I was just killing time, so I just figured I'd keep trying, not realizing I'd get locked out. But even then, all I had to do was log onto a Wi-Fi and got it straightened out. I came home after the meeting, and in 5 minutes, I had my tickets downloaded. But anyway, as I was talking to him, he is somebody that's trying really hard in early recovery, and he's got a lot of things to overcome, mostly his own mental health things. And he's really, like, he's at that point where he wants to show others how much he has. How much he's learned and how far he is, and I told him, I said, listen, that's all fine and good, but you're doing these things for yourself. Don't be concerned. And this is a message for everybody here, guys. You do things to please yourself and for your higher power. You share your story at an AA meeting. Yeah, you're gonna hope somebody else gets something out of it, but you do it so you can hear your own story. And you can look at your actions and your thoughts and your behaviors and see where you can make changes, see where you're wrong, see what was triggering you. And you're not doing it for the benefit of other people. Yes, people get benefit, and that's a beautiful thing, and they can help you, and then people get to know you. But at the end of the day, you're doing it for yourself. And this kid was like preparing, he was writing it like a speech, hoping to save the world. And I'm like, buddy, you gotta understand. You do these things for you. You can't control how anybody takes what you put out there, and you're not supposed to. You speak for your own benefit. You be honest so that you know you're honest. You don't try to impress anybody, and because when you do, you'll see right through it. And not only that, you're never going to be happy with the way it's received. People are going to put their own spins depending on where they're at in that particular day, and then you're going to get disappointed thinking your message didn't go out, and they didn't hear you right, and they don't understand me. You don't do these things, guys. There's a reason the program is laid out the way it is, because if you follow it properly, you'll understand at the end of the day, you're only responsible for yourself. Yes, you want to be a part of the community, and you want to get things done, and you want to make your family proud, and you want to, make your children proud, or whatever your situation. For me, it's my brothers, my sisters, my nieces and nephews. I'd love to see that. But I didn't get there by trying to please them. I've gotten there by proving to myself that I'm worth it, that I can do this, and first and foremost by stacking sober days. Guys, I have my little AA countdown app on my phone. I can't. I'm filming my phone. Well, I think last night it was 338 days. Like, I'm coming down to that 1 year mark, and I'm so incredibly proud. And you know what? The only thing I'm guaranteed for that, if I make it, and I'm sure I will, but again, I only have a 24-hour reprieve, so I got to choose every single day to not take that first drug, not pick up a drink, and not to make bad decisions, so I don't end up thinking about doing so. But the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, guys, is just raising my hand when they say, if you got a year or more, raise your hand to show the program works, because that's something I've never been able to do, and that's what my life is about today, guys. Doing all the things that I was never able to do because I was holding myself back. And I'm honored in the fact that I get to do so in a way that I can share them with other people and share openly and authentically and honestly what I've done to myself, the roadblocks that I've put in front of myself, so that I know that somebody else watching this can understand that they can too, because if I can do it, anybody can do it, guys. There are certain things that come very natural and easy to me, and there are other things that I have to struggle to get a hold of, and most of those were your basic human emotional things, guys. I medicated myself out to a point where I didn't think, feel, or respond like any normal person would. I didn't allow anybody to get to know the real me. So therefore, all of a sudden in early recovery, boom, I was very isolated. And again, that would have been a problem for me, but I didn't. I built a community here on YouTube. I built a recovery network that I still am a part of. I talk to probably 15, 20 people every week through text or comment or anything that are just a part of my recovery network. And some of those people are some of the best friends and relationships I have in my life today. It's amazing today, guys. In the very beginning, everybody's going to fear the change. It scared the hell out of me in the beginning, guys. I was terrified walking into rehab because for once in my life, I knew I was going to really do it. Every other time, it was just about housing, so I had no anxiety because all I cared about was having a roof over my head. So it didn't matter whether they put me in this holding, that holding, this halfway house, that one. It didn't matter. It didn't matter where I was. This time I was walking in knowing I was going to do the work, and that was terrifying because I didn't know what it was going to entail. And in every aspect, guys, not that it's been a walk in the park and not that it's been the Rose Bowl parade, but in every single aspect, I've turned it over to God, and it's been easier than I ever dreamed possible. When I was diagnosed with severe PTSD, abandonment, people-pleasing, codependency, like, I thought I was going to be in therapy for years and years, and no, I literally was able to lean deep into my faith and just ask God to remove those defects of character. And not that I'm perfect and not that they're all gone by any means. Believe me that I've been having some come up all week, and I'll speak on that when I get to the bottom of it. But I'm going through some huge tests right now, and I'm proud for that because you know what? For once in my life, I know I will make the right decision, and I won't do it rash. I will sit back and I will digest, and I will double check my facts and make sure that before I go making a move that I'm doing the right thing for the right reason. I will speak to God about it. I will pray on it. I will meditate on it. I will continue to look at the facts of situations, and I will make the best decision for myself in every situation. And that's what it's about, guys. And when you do so, you don't have to fear change because you can understand that everything is for your highest good so long as you seek the good in everything you do. Guys, I'm going to end the video at that. I'm going to go get ready, get cleaned up, get ready to go see a show tonight. I can imagine that, actually having a life for a change, right? Life is beautiful in recovery, guys. Just got to let it be. You got to, embrace change and know that God wants the best for you. And then go out and do the best you can to show Him that you appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.